Yes, in Delhi NCR, it's that time of the year. The air is full of smog. People are wheezing and finding it difficult to breathe. Air purifiers have come out of cupboards and politicians are busy trading blame over who is responsible for this crisis. It is the same story every year. In parts of the capital, the AQI has soared over 500, which means the citizens are literally breathing poison. As the air quality plummets, the Delhi government has jumped into action, implementing the GRAP-4 guidelines, that is the Graded Response Action. So what do the guidelines say? There are a lot of takeaways. Let's take you through them. Number 1, construction work has been halted. Number 2, restrictions on the number of vehicles. Number 3, a 6-member team to monitor all the curbs. Number 4, 50% of Delhi government officials will work from home. Number 5, 500 public buses to run in an effort to curb pollution. Number 6, Chief Minister of neighbouring states will be contacted for traffic diversion. Number 7, private firms will be asked to implement work from home. Number 8, 33 teams will monitor industrial pollution. Number 9, there will be a ban on diesel trucks. And 10, electric heaters will be given to security guards. Now, all of this, are these damage control measures? Are these too little, too late? Because remember, the AQI, like I said, in many places have gone above 500. For Delhi schools, it is a familiar story. Schools have been shut for primary classes from Saturday onwards. So children up to 5th standard will have to operate from home.
अभी भी स्थिति को कंट्रोल करने के लिए जो भी आने वाले दिनों में कदम उठाने की ज़रूरत है, हम उठाएंगे. तो दिल्ली में कल से हम प्राइमरी स्कूल्स बंद कर रहे हैं, प्राइमरी क्लासेस बंद कर रहे हैं जब तक स्थिति में सुधार नहीं हो जाता. और ऑड इवन के ऊपर विचार चल रहा है कि ऑड इवन करने की ज़रूरत है. अगर ज़रूरत होगी तो ऑड इवन को लागू किया जाएगा.
दिल्ली के अंदर इसको सक्सेसफुली इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए आज हमने बैठक में 6 सदस्यीय मॉनिटरिंग कमेटी का गठन किया है, जो स्पेशल कमिश्नर ट्रांसपोर्ट के नेतृत्व में बनाई गई है. अभी आज हमने निर्देश दिया है ट्रांसपोर्ट विभाग को कि वो 500 प्राइवेट पर्यावरण बस सर्विस दिल्ली के अंदर शुरू करने की तैयारी करें. दिल्ली सरकार के अंदर जो वर्कफोर्स है 50% वर्क फ्रॉम होम करेगी.
बड़ा मुद्दा है और जो सबसे ज़्यादा डिसअपॉइंटमेंट है, सबसे ज़्यादा निराशा है कि इसके ऊपर राजनीति हो रही है. दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन दिल्ली वाले तो करते नहीं हैं. दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन की जो सबसे बड़ी वजह है वो है पड़ोसी राज्य. अब पड़ोसी राज्यों में तो दिल्ली के गवर्नमेंट का कुछ चलता नहीं है. जो ज़रूरत है इस समय कि भारत के प्रधानमंत्री राजनीति छोड़कर अगर वो सबके साथ बैठे और इसके ऊपर कोई एक फ्रूटफुल रास्ता निकाले. हमने पंजाब सरकार के साथ मिलकर एक प्रपोज़ल भेजा भारत के प्रधानमंत्री को कि हम डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट दें. अगर किसानों को ये एक चीज़ें करके दें तो किसान अपनी पराली नहीं जलाएंगे लोगों को. लेकिन केंद्र सरकार ने मना कर दिया. तो केंद्र सरकार सिर्फ राजनीति के अलावा कोई काम नहीं कर रही है.
But even as it gets difficult to breathe, politicians are not sparing a breath. They are squabbling over who is to blame for this toxic air. First, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal says it is not just Delhi but the entirety of North India that is suffering from this problem. So why should only Delhi be made to answer? Meanwhile, BJP remains unconvinced. They continue to blame the Delhi government for the increasing pollution. The Delhi LG has now written to the Punjab CM as well, asking him to take steps to control the farm fires. The CM meanwhile hit back, asking the LG to stop doing politics through letters. So clearly the blame game has continued even as citizens gasp for air.
देखिए, आज हमने अरविंद केजरीवाल जी से अपील की है. जिस तरह का AQI लेवल 616 आज पार किया है, खतरनाक स्तर पर पहुंचा है. लोगों को सांस लेने में दिक्कत हो रही है. हर दूसरा बच्चा सांस की तकलीफ से परेशान हो रहा है. ऐसे में जब ग्रैप लागू हो गया तो दिल्ली के पार्ट टाइम मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी इतनी देरी क्यों कर रहे हैं? ये आपका ITI जहांगीरपुरी का 765 पहुंचा है। ये बहुत हैजार्डस है। और मैं सिर्फ ये बताना चाहता हूं कि जब ग्रेफ 4 लागू हो गया है तो अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को दिक्कत क्या, और इस पर राजनीति करने की जरूरत नहीं है। सबसे पहले LG साहब से मिलेंगे और डिमांड करेंगे, और उसके बाद हम सड़कों पर भी उतरेंगे, प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे। दिल्ली के बच्चों की और दिल्ली के लोगों की जान की सुरक्षा की बात है।
दोनों सरकार जनता को जवाब नहीं दे पा रही है, और हाल में तो जो पुराने वायदे दिए गए 2018 के दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के स्टेटमेंट्स, 2019 के वायदे, लगातार एक के बाद एक उनके सब बताई हुई बातें झूठी साबित हो रही हैं। केजरीवाल को जनता को जवाब देना पड़ेगा, भगवंत मान को जनता को जवाब देना पड़ेगा। ये दोनों राज्यों में जो परिस्थिति बनी हुई है वो बड़ी गंभीर है, और जनता बुरी तरीके से परेशान है, चाहे वो पंजाब की जनता हो, चाहे वो दिल्ली की जनता।
पोल्यूशन केवल हवा या पानी में नहीं है। हवा और पानी के पोल्यूशन के विषय में भी आज इस वृहद प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में बात करेंगे, मगर सबसे बड़ा पोल्यूशन होता है नीयत का पोल्यूशन। और जहां तक अरविंद केजरीवाल और आम आदमी पार्टी है, देयर इंटेंट एंड देयर इंटीग्रिटी इज पोल्यूटेड। उनकी जो नीयत है उसमें पोल्यूशन है, उसमें खोट है, और इसी कारण से आज दिल्ली भ्रष्टाचार के प्रदूषण से मारी हुई है।
Delhi pollution case has reached the Supreme Court. It will hear a PIL now on the 10th of November, which seeks fresh guidelines on stubble burning. Meanwhile, the National Human Rights Commission has also taken note of the increasing pollution. It has summoned Chief Secretaries of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Delhi on the 10th of November. NHRC says it is dissatisfied with the steps taken by the governments.
आज requested Supreme Court to summon all the state chief secretaries of all the states that have made party and ask them why they should not be held liable. This sheer hypocrisy of Arvind Kejriwal and his governments in both Delhi and Punjab. Now we see, and if you go through the data, you will know that the AQI level has reduced in Delhi because of the fact that Punjab has failed to curb pollution and has increased stubble burning. They did not give any kind of alternate option to the farmers, and that is why they are burning it. So Kejriwal government in both Punjab and Delhi is completely responsible for this.
Well, let's introduce the panel this evening. RP Singh, spokesperson of the BJP, Mr. Parvinder Singh Sethi, political analyst, Jaidhar Gupta, member of Right to Breathe, Nirja Chaudhary, senior journalist, and also with us, Sashank Shekhar Jha, lawyer and petitioner in the stubble burning case. Now, the important question here, ladies and gentlemen, is that Delhi has turned into a gas chamber. No one is willing to take responsibility. It has almost become like the new normal. And that is the saddest part, perhaps. People have reconciled to their fate that this is how it is going to be year on year. And it should not be that way. Here on this channel, we take this issue up on a regular basis because we do not want this to be normalized. RP Singh, BJP has been in power at the center. It has been in the MCD for 3 terms. This is a colossal failure, Mr. Singh.
Are managed not by BJP, neither the Punjab, neither the Delhi. They are managed by the other governments, other parties. Now, let me tell you specific what center has done, then I will come back to what was desired and what has not been done. Am I there on that?
Yes, you're audible. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So, there's the eastern and the western periphery. You remember all these trucks used to come to Delhi, pass via Delhi. They are stopped now, thanks to Gadkari ji and thanks to PM Modi Sahab, that all these trucks go out of city and don't come in city now via western and the eastern periphery. This Delhi central government did. Central government has allocated some like 2,440 crore rupees of the fund to states, specifically 1,147 crore to Punjab, some 693 to Haryana and 534 to UP. to manage the stubble burning. They have been provided with some 2 lakh machines. 1.2 lakh machine has come from has been given to Punjab. Now let's ask how many machines have been used by them in the state. Has 1.2 lakh machines have been put to use or not? Rather, I have information, and which I'll confirm you during the debate itself, that 1,200 machines, we don't know where the 1,200 machines have gone. They are misplaced, they have been stolen or something like that. But those machines are not there. But is there any track record or data or logbook of these 1.2 lakh machines being used in Punjab or not? And how come the burning instances in Haryana has come down by 30%, and in Punjab it has gone up by 30%? Last but not the least, you remember decomposer? Last time our friend, the chief minister, the part-time chief minister used to say, oh, हमने decomposer ढूंढ लिया जी, पूसा का decomposer आ गया है जी. And he bought decomposer for 29 lakh rupees, for which he probably did spend some 50 or 30, some huge amount in crores for publicizing that. I was with him on that. At least let people know about the subject. We were very happy. And we thought, and he remember in his interviews, he said, Punjab, we are going to use decomposer and it will be taken care. I give a challenge. They have not bought a single penny of decomposer from Pusa this time. Pusa is part of constituency where I contest election from. Not a single penny of decomposer. They should have bought this decomposer for Punjab 3 months ago, should have distributed 2 months back, and should have followed up with the farmers a month ago. Should have planned it. Things would have been better. These are one issue as far as stubble burning. But coming back to what is reside in Delhi in specific. Ma'am, you just said some 500 buses are being added. Delhi need 11,000 buses today. 11,000 buses. We have 3,782 buses only, including every such.
You are right, at least to the extent that you are pointing out to the issue of.
Can I complete?
Yes. Please, quickly.
No. I'm telling the solution now. I'm giving the solution.
Go
Give
ahead.
me another 5 seconds. Please, I request them to beg, borrow, steal, whatever they want to do. Please put money in public transport. That's important. Please put money in last mile connectivity. From my house, if I have to go to metro, I don't know how will I go. So only option is that I have to pick up an auto or
yes, I got your point. I got your point, RP Singh. Vehicular pollution is a major pollutant. 50% from the figures that we have seen from the Center for Science and Environment, 50% contribution is vehicular pollution. Public transport efficient, public transport, non-polluting public transport is the need of the hour. Point taken, but it is 50%. Sir, the other 50% comes under the ambit of MCD. Whether it is garbage clearance,
I'm coming to the,
construction dust, whether it is household pollution, all of that comes under the civic body. The civic bodies have abdicated its responsibility. I know the 1 point defense is that we are choked of funds. And that is what you are going to tell me as well.
No, I'll answer that also. Give me 5 seconds.
Yes, please.
Can I give me 5 seconds? I use this card, Metro card. And you can check on my Twitter. Whenever I go on Metro, I put it on Twitter so that other people can also appreciate that. But again, I'm saying, there is no last mile connectivity. Let me come to you were talking about the garbage and everything. There is not a single dhalao garbage dump in Delhi. Now every garbage dump is moved. It is through a compactor machines where garbage is collected and confined into a small system, and then it's being then recycled and reused. Garbage dumps in Delhi. Gone are the days when there used to be garbage dumps in Delhi. I'll ask your people to check on this. Next, what is required is the road cleaning. For that, Delhi government was supposed to provide us the mechanized road cleaners. There's none. Those smoke tower, only one smoke tower which is not functioning. Where are the smoke towers? How many trees have been planted in last 7-8 years?
So are you trying to say, Mr. Singh, that the MCD has done everything on its part, and only the part that was left to the Delhi state government was not done, and you have AQI above 500.
You'll be shocked to hear what I'm going to tell you now.
The MCD is spotless. The MCD did everything that it had to do.
You'll be shocked to hear what I'm going to tell you now. No, give me a second. You'll be shocked to hear what I'm going to tell you. That all that gobar, cow dung which comes is mixed with parali, and there are special special plans being made which are being given for the funeral now in Delhi by MCD.
Your party is in power in the center.
Pushing
this
30%
is
level of the
an air
parali.
emergency. It's an emergency situation, nothing less. First, let's at least agree to this one point. I hear from colleagues, I'm sitting in Mumbai, but I hear from colleagues in Delhi that they find it difficult to operate as we speak. Their eyes are burning, people are gasping for air, and we are not in any way exaggerating at this point. The citizens do not have access to clean air. You're telling me it is all because of the failure of the Aam Aadmi Party government. Let me have the others respond, and let's, of course, give solutions as well. This is not just a debate where we start blaming each other. I want to have Parvinder Singh Sethi ji come into the debate.
I was giving solutions only. Okay, one point, one small point, and then I'll finish. One very small point.
Now let the others come in, sir. I cannot have only one person speak for this long. Let the others come in. Parvinder Singh Sethi ji, go ahead. Your response to what you just heard from Mr. RP Singh.
देखिए, दिस इज़ वेरी वेरी सेंसिटिव इशू, और इसके ऊपर आरोप प्रत्यारोप की राजनीति नहीं होनी चाहिए. हमें सॉल्यूशंस की बात करनी चाहिए. इस पोल्यूशन की कोर रीजंस की बात करनी चाहिए. जैसे आपने कहा, कूड़े के ढेर लगे हुए हैं, जिस प्रकार कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट्स की वजह से, इंडस्ट्री की वजह से, और तरह का जो सबसे बड़ा पोल्यूशन व्हीकल्स का पोल्यूशन है, उस वजह से ये वेदर कंडीशंस है. आपने बताया ये इमरजेंसी सिचुएशन है. इसके ऊपर सेंट्रल सरकार और स्टेट सरकार को बैठकर आपस में कोऑर्डिनेट करके लोगों की जानों के साथ खिलवाड़ नहीं करना चाहिए. इसके ऊपर राजनीति नहीं होनी चाहिए. लेकिन मुझे अफसोस है, इसके ऊपर घटिया राजनीति होती है. और पराली भी एक फैक्टर है. पराली के लिए स्टेट सरकार ने सेंट्रल सरकार से मदद मांगी, लेकिन उन्होंने अपना पल्ला झाड़ लिया. अगर किसानों को थोड़ा सेट कर दिया जाता तो वो पराली की जो सिचुएशन थी वो इतनी नहीं होती जो उतनी हुई है. लेकिन आप सोचिए ना, किसान तो इतना गरीब है, वो आत्महत्याएं कर रहा है. लेकिन हमें सरकारों को और जो इसके अंदर एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट, जो एनवायरनमेंट के स्पेशलाइज्ड लोग हैं, जो डॉक्टर्स हैं, उन सब की कंसल्टेंसी के साथ जो स्पेशलाइज्ड हैं इस चीज के अंदर, सबकी मीटिंग कॉल करके इसके ऊपर इमीडिएट एक्शन होना चाहिए. इससे कि हम राजनीति करें या हम चुनावों की बात करें, इट इज वेरी वेरी सीरियस सिचुएशन. इसके ऊपर हमें राजनीति बिल्कुल नहीं करनी चाहिए. मैं इस बात के ऊपर जोर दूंगा कि हमें साथ में बैठकर सेंटर सरकार से भी बार बार रिक्वेस्ट करी जाएगी कि वो कोऑर्डिनेट करें स्टेट सरकार के साथ. और स्टेट सरकार जितना एफर्ट्स कर रही है उसके ऊपर, लेकिन वेदर कंडीशन इतनी खराब है, ये इट इज ए नेशनल इशू. आप देखिए आगरा के अंदर, कानपुर के अंदर, कलकत्ता के अंदर, आप देखिए गुड़गांव के अंदर, गाजियाबाद के अंदर, फरीदाबाद जो एशिया की वर्स्ट पोल्यूटेड सिटीज में आते हैं, वो ये एक नेशनल इशू है. और इसको एक नेशनल इशू की तरह ट्रीट करना चाहिए भारत सरकार को और स्टेट सरकार को, और इमीडिएटली सारे स्टेट्स के सीएम को और जितने स्पेशलिस्ट लोग हैं उनकी मीटिंग करके इसके सोल्यूशन की बात करनी चाहिए. हमें सिर्फ सोल्यूशन की बात करनी चाहिए.
फिलहाल तो आलम यह है कि जो आपके नॉर्थ दिल्ली म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन है, उन्होंने उनको फाइन किया गया 50 लाख रुपीस बाय द पोल्यूशन बोर्ड. सो ये सारे जो लोकल बॉडीज है वो भी अपने काम में सक्षम नहीं हुए हैं. द स्टेट ऑन इट्स पार्ट, परविंदर सेठी जी, मैं आपको बताऊं कि आम आदमी पार्टी जो है, पहले क्या बोलती थी आप, वो यूज्ड टू से दैट इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ पंजाब. नाउ Punjab is completely absolved. This is duplicity of the worst kind. And we decided, I think the previous speaker also said we will not make it political. Let's have the others come into the debate. Let me just ask, how is it that, in today's time and age, this is 2022, we have not found alternatives to stubble burning. We have not been able to manage the smog towers. My colleagues tell me that it has far fallen short of cleaning the air in that locality. The AQI in places where there are smog towers have hit over 400. All of these measures have failed. State Pollution Control Board, Central Pollution Control Board, look at their composition. Do we have people with expertise in those boards? Jaidhar Gupta ji, I think I can see you wearing a mask. I want to ask you, there are reports, that Los Angeles, cities like London in 50s and 60s have combated with a situation very similar to this apparently. But there were environmental regulations, there were institutions actively working, and there was citizen activism. Where are the civil society groups today?
You know, there's very little information and knowledge out there, Afrida. If you look at what we did with COVID, within 48 hours, within 2 days, 1.3 billion people were aware of the health effects, how it spreads, you know, how infectious it is. There was so much information. There was an information overload. I can guarantee you that 9 out of 10 people in Delhi are not even aware of the kind of poison that is going inside their body right now in Delhi. These politicians are so ashamed, and it is such a colossal failure. They don't want to communicate this. And that is why on your show, I want to ask the doctors to rise. I am shocked that we are in the midst of an emergency. I have not heard a statement from the sports minister. Up until yesterday, in an AQI of 700 or 800, my child was celebrating a sports day in school. Okay, I want to hear from the environment minister. I want to hear from the industry minister. I want to hear from the transportation minister. Do we have any leadership? I know all of these people. I'm sitting in Lutyens, Delhi, and I know all of these guys have been given mansions in this area. They have cars, they have servants. I want to hear from them. I want to know that I have leadership in this country, because I've been on a panel like this for 8 years now. I haven't seen any leadership. And when I hear these people talk, I mean, it's very clear to me that the political leadership in our country is its own kind of pollution. When these people talk, it's only filth, it's only hate.
But Jayadhar Gupta, can we absolve the citizenry? There are at least two things that the citizens can do. They can vote out people who have not delivered. They can also exercise certain amount of responsibility in not generating more pollutants into the air. Do people not burst crackers? There's a fight to allow the crackers, even in Delhi. Do people not drive fuel guzzling cars? Do people not simply believe that they can escape out to the hills and come back after this subsides? So will the citizens also sort of, you know, raise their voice, demand action? And here is an opportunity. The MCD elections are announced today. Vote wisely. Vote for people who are likely to take action, Jayadhar Gupta.
Absolutely. Let me tell you, Afrida, that in 2020 Delhi elections, all these political parties promised us good air. All of them promised us that they would reverse air pollution. Let me tell you, I mean, you know, as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, or even the BJP, you know, they've had a run of 7-8 years. For the Aam Aadmi Party, this is the 8th pollution year. I mean, we haven't reversed air pollution by 1%. If you look at what Beijing did, I mean, 3 years they reversed air pollution by 60%. If you talk to me about the citizenry, look at what we are dealing with. We have like this rapid urbanization. Why is this problem created, and why is it getting magnified year after year? We've got rapid urbanization. There's just, you know, an obscene and abnormal number of people that are coming into our cities. And this is not just a Delhi problem. You're in Mumbai in the past few days, and I've seen Mumbai deteriorate to AQI levels of 200 to 300 over the last 5 to 6 years. There's a layer of smog that's everywhere. This is not just a Delhi problem. If you look at the Grand Trunk Road of India, where we have a winter season in North India, all the way from Punjab to West Bengal, it's all smoke. Everybody is dying with every breath. In Delhi alone, we are talking about years of life lost at 8 to 10 years from breathing this air.
Yes.
But back to your problem about citizenry, we're dealing with poverty, okay? Poor people, how do they light their chula? Like you and me, they do not have LPG gas cylinders.
And the same for the Parali issue. The same for the Parali issue. The farmer says, you've given us alternatives, they are not cost effective.
The Parali issue,
you know,
Afrida,
they are given machines, they are given options, but those are not, those options have not worked out. You know, even in the CM's constituency in Punjab, at the moment, even as we speak, perhaps there are farm fires raging. That is the situation. What the BJP will tell you is that we have delivered machines, the machines are lying unused.
Such a simple issue.
What the Aam Aadmi Party will tell you is that the agriculture minister needs to take responsibility for the farmers. So it's like, a dead end now. I want to, of course, go to the others as well. Let's have I'm told Shashank Shekhar is not connected. Nirja, talking about politics, the fact of the matter is, here is a situation where every party is simply conveniently shifting the blame. And you heard a previous speaker saying that other cities have dealt with this, a similar situation. I know for a fact, and I have figures as well with me, that London, Los Angeles, these are cities in the 50s and 60s. They dealt with a very severe air pollution situation and they came out of it through policy, through participation, through collective effort. Why can't we do it?
Question we've been asking for several years now. November, December, we have these discussions, exactly the same. But today, I drove back from Delhi to Gurgaon. And this phrase that we've talked about, gas chamber, I really felt we were in a gas chamber. And we talk about it polemically. But the basic right, as you said at the beginning, to be able to breathe, that is absolutely basic to any citizen. That is not there. Slow death for your citizen, your children's life being cut short. And you're right, none of us, it's a collective failure today. Today we are in a national emergency. The government, whether it's Mr. Prime Minister Modi or Arvind Kejriwal, let Kejriwal pick up the phone and talk to the Prime Minister and said, let's meet and see what has to be done. SOS now. There is an immediate run, there is the short run, there is a long run that you've talked about, where elsewhere in the world they've lit this problem. And yet year after year after year, we face it. And I feel completely, a sense of failure that as a citizen, we've not been able to raise our voice enough for the politicians to take note of it or to vote in a particular way that this becomes a right, a major, at least in North India. This is happening. I went to Punjab about a month ago, and I've seen experiments of how stubble and green waste and gobar, you can create compost in 3 weeks' time, and farmers are doing it in order to do organic farming at reasonable rates. So, but the farmers tell you,
it is not simply acceptable, Nirja Chaudhary, like you said, to impose a ban. There is some hand-holding that is required.
That has to be done. Absolutely has to be done.
There has to be, and regulation in the form of only imposing bans have never worked. That is what research has shown.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
You raised the issue of stubble burning. So Shashank Shekhar Jha is a petitioner in this case. It keeps coming up, the Parali issue. We have not been able to resolve, and precisely because of what Nirja said. Would you have the Chief Minister call up the Prime Minister and said, let's once and for all thrash this out, work it out? Why is it so difficult to find an alternative to the crop residue problem, Mr. Jha?
Namaste, Afrida ji and every other panelist on the show. Afrida ji, the problem is not that whether you can solve the issue or not. The problem is whether you wish to solve it or not. I find the lack of attitude in actually dealing with the issue. See, there is a pollution problem in Delhi for 3 months. That is for sure due to the neighboring states. But then what you do rather than, fighting against stubble burning, you ban firecrackers, you do this odd even stunt, you do this on-off switch, etc., etc. What you do not do is that you do not stop stubble burning. And I will personally, because I have done research for this petition, I will personally accuse Punjab government for this. See, as for the data I have, which I have also presented before the court, Indian Agriculture Research Institute has stated that on 1st of November this year, 2109 fire incidents were there in total. Out of 2109, 1842, that is 1842 incidents were only in Punjab. Rest 88 in Haryana, 9 in UP and 1 in Delhi. See, I cannot condone even Haryana, UP or for that one Delhi for their 88, 9 or 1. But we need to understand that Punjab has increased stubble burning for up to 21% from last year. And it is now at 1842 on 1st of November. So that is very unfortunate. Now someone was saying that because of the automobiles, the pollution is there. I fail to understand the comparison. See, the total CO2 released by the stubble burning is double as compared to total automobiles in this country. So that is not comparable at all. Point number 2, the stubble burning in Haryana or for that point UP has decreased. Even in Delhi it has been decreased and reduced to only 1 this year. But in Punjab, you see, it has been increased. And now I have
Please said, Mr. Jha, is that where there is an intent, where there is a will, there is a way. You know, the fact of the matter is when it came to the struggle against COVID, yes, this government did manage to show results, did manage to deliver at the central level and at the state level as well. In many states, there were, effective policies that showed results. So if there is a political intent to find solutions, there is always one. Nirja, would you agree?
Absolutely. And I would say, if Arvind Kejriwal is not picking up the phone, let Prime Minister Modi pick up the phone and get a group together, get a committee together. We are in the midst of an emergency, as you pointed this out. And this has to be not just words. It has to be treated like that. Because it's the lives of your citizenry at stake at the moment.
I'll tell you what the citizenry is saying. The citizenry, if you open, any social media, you will find that the angry citizens, desperate, helpless citizens rather, I should say, talking about how a lifespan is being reduced by 7 years, talking about, there are reports now that says high exposure to traffic-related air pollution can be linked to increased risk of dementia. There are people who are saying that this is crime against humanity. There are also, of course, this is well known by now, that of all the things that have taken the lives, the highest happens to be air pollution, 1 million in 2019. The kind of figures that we are looking at right now, both in terms of the AQI, the hazardous quality of air, which is going to be hugely damaging in terms of the health consequences, is known to everyone. Yet, Mr. RP Singh, we fail to find solutions. You are at power at the center, you were at power at in the local body, yet you believe that the state government has failed and there is nothing that the center or the civic body could have done to improve the situation. Are we supposed to accept that, Mr. RP Singh?
Okay, since Nirja is here and she will watch this, long back when we used to work together in a publication, Indian Express, we published an ad saying, you find a polluting vehicle, you send the numbers to us. We publish a full page of all those people who send us a polluting, since citizenry was spoken about. And after that, Sheila Dixit was forced to start this pollution certificate system thereafter. As far citizen part goes. So citizens need to be equally active, and then the MCD election is coming. Let them ask the political parties, what is your solution? Do you have a solution? Do you have answer to this or not? One. Secondly, central government has provided funds, machines. Center is not the implementing body. Tomorrow you will say, center go and police the state government where people are being killed by Khalistanis.
No, it's a civic body. What about the MCD, sir? Are they not the implementing authority? Are they not the enforcing authority?
I answered you.
Where is the micromanagement? This is a problem that requires macro as well as micro level handling, sir. Please finish.
Thank you. You were just talking about Parali, and I was answering you on that, stubble burning. Center has provided for 1,20,000 machines to state, only for Punjab. Rest 80,000 to other states put together. How many machines have been used? Is there a logbook? Now you expect that center should, Prime Minister should go and check, machine kyun nahi use ho rahi? Out of that, I told you 12 machines are misplaced. We don't know where the machine has gone.
You don't answer my question on where
give me a second.
Where can the civic bodies pitch in? Or not all factors are related to Parali. We know that it contributes to good 25 to 30%. There's a lot that the civic bodies can do and still can do. These emergency measures, the graded response action plan is some sort of a damage control. It kicks in only when the situation gets severe. I'm afraid I've completely out of time. Mr. RP Singh, I've allowed you the maximum time on the program. I'm afraid I'll have to close the conversation here. RP Singh, Parvinder Singh Sethi, Jayadhar Gupta, Nirja Chaudhary and Sashank Jha. Thank you so much for joining us.